Welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, this is Rocky Mountain Gardens and my name is Mary. Guys, I wanted to share with you that beginning film clip with the two little boys, and I've talked about them so much, I thought you would like to see them. Those are my two grandsons, and we were, camping a couple of weeks ago and went on a hike, and there was this big ravine, and little boys, as they will be, had to throw rocks down into the ravine because does anybody know why boys enjoy throwing rocks so much? Every single boy I know does that. In any case, today, friends, we are doing Flipping Friday, and this is hosted by my friend Jaime from Board or Bananas. There will be a playlist down below in my description box, as well as links to Jaime's two channels that she has. So take a look at them and we'll get started on our projects for today. For this project, I'm going to use leftover Valspar paint from my shed door. And we are going to just be painting this hanging rack with the pegs that I'm going to be using in my shed. So the color will go really well with my shed decor. And we're just gonna slap this paint on, let it dry, and then we'll be able to hang it up in the shed. This is a piece that I thrifted for about $3. And you might notice that there are two holes in the board. I will be using those to screw in this piece on the wall. And when we go and see it actually in place in my garden shed, then you can see I use screws to screw it in, but I painted over the screw heads with the blue to sort of disguise them a little bit. And there it is. Here's a close-up. It just adds a little color to this wall, don't you think? If you saw my last thrift haul, you may have seen this painting that I picked up, I think at the Goodwill. And as you can see, it has this sort of 70s off-white frame. It doesn't do a lot to enhance the painting. So today, I'm going to be using my Waverly Moss chalk paint in the first step of transforming this frame to be more my style. So we're just going to get started on painting the frame. Now, part of the inside frame is actually a cream colored sort of canvas fabric. And I'm just painting it over with this chalk paint because chalk paint does a really good job of absorbing into fabric, and it will, just sort of disappear into the rest of the frame now. Next, we will use some pewter colored rub and buff to do this little edge right here and give it that pewter color that I think is so pretty. And I'm using some wax paper on my painting, just setting it down here and sliding it under the frames a little bit so that I don't get any of the rub and buff on the painting itself. All right, let's do it. After I finish applying the rub and buff with this paintbrush, I will go back and take a very soft cloth and sort of rub off the excess, and you can even shine it up a little bit by rubbing on it. I just simply adore this product for adding a metallic look to anything, wood, glass, metal. It works on almost any surface. You should give it a try, it's great. And here we are at my gallery wall in my entryway. And there it is. Here's a close-up. You can see the pewter color with the green. I just love that effect. And I just think it looks fantastic. What do you think? Before we move on to our last project for today, I wanted to invite you to come back next Friday because I will be putting up my last garden tour for the season, and I have some really lovely late blooming flowers that I would like to share with you. So, you know, one of the purposes of a gardener is to have a continual bloom progression, sort of, you know, spring, early summer, mid, late summer, so that you always have some color in your garden. And so that's what I've been doing throughout the summer with my garden tours, showing you what is blooming at that time. And then now we're going to look at some beautiful things that bloom late in the summer and bring color to your late garden. You know, I've been sort of preaching this a little bit about how it is so important to enjoy each season as it comes. And so I'm not rushing fall. In fact, I won't be doing any fall videos till after Labor Day. And then we'll jump right into fall decor and so on. But in the meantime, let us enjoy the summer. So see you next Friday. This is a small cabinet that I bought, and I shared it with you on one of my thrift hauls. And you can see it has some wear and tear on it. Now, this little piece is going to be going out into my shed, and it doesn't have to be perfect. So I am going to be adding to these nicks some dark walnut stain to help to cover them up first. This part really is the worst right here. So let's do that. Here I'm just applying the Minwax penetrating stain dark walnut color with an inexpensive chip brush, and just let it really soak into that exposed wood. And I'm looking for any random scratches that might be on this piece anywhere to cover with the stain. And then the next step will be to wipe it back. We don't want globs of the stain on the furniture, just, you know, it to really soak into the actual scratches. And I'm just continuing to work on anything that I see that needs to be covered on all sides of this piece. And then I'm taking a soft cloth. Baby blankets work great for this, in using my dark brown wax from Deco Art. And I love this wax, and it's not really expensive. You can buy it at Michael's and I think at Hobby Lobby as well. But you just apply it with a soft cloth and then wipe it back and let it then dry. Before actually using it, I usually let it dry at least 24 hours to sort of cure the wax. And guys, this piece I got in a thrift haul as well. It was $12 on sale for half price. So I got it for $6. Can you believe that? Oh my goodness. And I actually saw it, the same piece in a furniture store recently for $200. What a bargain. And it looks great here underneath the potting table in my shed, and gives me lots of storage with those two drawers. It's fantastic. I was so excited to find it and put it into my shed for lots of storage, which, you know, we do need.